Hi, it's Cheryl. Welcome to Homeridge Studio. Do you like bees? I mean bee decor, of course. Well, 'tis the season. Let's go craft a couple of sweet bee projects. And here's the first piece. And here's some items you'll need. I got these plastic pots from the Dollar Tree. I did not use ribbon. I thought I was going to, but I went in a different direction. I have these bees from the Dollar Tree. Some chalk paint in the color plaster, some Mod Podge, a cutting board from the Dollar Tree, and some of these napkins, and they're either from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or Home Goods. So now I'm just going to take a good layer of Mod Podge and put it all over the top of this cutting board. And let that dry really well. And while that's drying, I'm going to take one of these pots, I'm going to cut it in half. And they're really super thin. If you're not familiar with these, they're super thin. So I have this kind of sped up a little bit, so I did take my time cutting this. And that's still drying, so I'm going to put 2 coats of this plaster chalk paint on top of this pot. All over the top, the bottom. I didn't paint the inside because we really won't be seeing that. Now the board is dry. I'm going to take a napkin and I'm going to tear off all the plies. I think this is only 2 plies, so I just needed to tear off one piece, and I just got a piece of tape and put it on the end and very carefully pulled the ply off. And I'm going to line it up. It's a little bit easier because this has lines in it on the napkin. And if you don't want to see there's blemishes, you can see through that napkin there. You can paint it, you can give it a coat of paint. I probably should have done it. I didn't think the blemishes would show through, but even more so. Anyway, I put the napkin down, the parchment paper on top, and then I took my little iron there and ironed all the wrinkles and bubbles out. And then I am taking this finger sander I'm just going ahead and sanding it, going away from the board. You don't want to push it up, you want to go away from the board. And I don't know about you, but I love doing this. There is just something so satisfying about cleaning this all up and getting those nice crisp lines. And now I have this flower stamper from the Dollar Tree, and I have that little block, stamp pad block, and I put the little flower on it, and I'm putting it on a piece of paper first just to make sure that stamp ink isn't too goopy. And then see, this is so pliable, this plastic. I kind of just rolled it on, and I was afraid that maybe it would get it black in other spots, but it didn't. It worked just fine. And the ink is, I've just had the ink for a long time, but that's just black stamp pad ink. And now I have this rope here, and it's just, I unraveled it for another project, and you end up with 3 pieces when you unravel it. So this was in my stash, so I decided I was going to outline this with the rope. So I just folded it over on the inside just to kind of anchor it more. And then, so this plastic, like I said, is very delicate. It's very thin. So if you do make this or anything with these pots, just be careful with the hot glue. Just put a little bit on, or put it on, like here, I probably should have put it on the rope. It did not burn through, but I was afraid it was going to. So I would just kind of put it on the edge or on the corner or in the rope just for a second before I put it down. And there I just put it kind of on the bottom, so I know I'm going to hide that if it melted it. And yeah, so I'm just putting it up on top and then putting another piece on the bottom. And I really didn't, like I said, I didn't put too much glue on here. And I'm just going to glue it to the bottom here. It doesn't fit up flush on that. I probably should have measured it a little bit better, made it a little bit larger, but at the end of the day, nobody sees it. I'm not selling this piece. I think it's super cute. My daughter was like, oh, I love that. So I have some foam there, and I'm just gonna glue some. I try to fit it in first, and then when it fits in the right way, then I glue it, because when I put the two pieces in there, that pot kind of got crinkly looking, and you could tell, so I had to only put one piece in there. And this is what I'm doing for the bottom. I just ripped off one of these spool lids, and I do keep these for these reasons. But you could put any cardboard on it or anything. But what I liked about this is the bottom was white and I didn't have to paint it. So I just went ahead and glued that on the bottom there. And now I have these daisies. I've used them in a couple different projects, and they're from Hobby Lobby, and I don't remember how much they were, but you know, I always get my stuff on sale. You know, you guys know, if you go there, if you have one by you, it's almost every time you go in there, everything's like 40% off. So the prices are high, but then, you know, I don't know. I guess they do that on purpose, huh? Oh, look, it's $20.99. Oh, but it's 40% off. So you're like, oh, that's not too bad. Then I'll pay like $10 for it, you know. But yeah, so I was just filling in the flowers here and the greenery. And then I put some more on the bottom to balance it. And then I have these, took 3 little bees, and I'm just going to glue them onto the board here. And I felt like it needed something more. I always, at the end of my project, I'm always like, I think it needs something more. So I'm just going to make a little bow, little shoelace bow out of the jute twine for the little corner there. And then I just glue it on there. And then I have some buttons from the Dollar Tree, and I grabbed a yellow one out of that container there, and I just glued it right on top of that bow. And now to me it looks finished. And there you have it. And here's a close-up. And here's the next piece we're going to make. And here's the pieces that you'll need. So I have this tag from the Dollar Tree. And I just grabbed every kind of ribbon that I had that was yellow, black, and had bees on it, or flowers on it. So I don't use all of that, but I do use 3 of them. I have some chalk paint in the color ink and in the color maize. And then I have this paint, and that's called coffee latte. Coffee latte. And then I have the Scrabble pieces. I don't use the black and white ones. I use the just the wood ones, the regular wood ones. I have some bees from the Dollar Tree, and then that beehive, I believe I got that at Walmart. It was like $1 or $1.50 or something like that. They have a whole bunch of wood in a box, all kinds of really cool different things in there. So every time I go there, I try to pick up something. And so now I have this truffle chalk paint. And sorry I didn't show you this in the beginning. I was thinking I was going to do something else with it, but no, I decided to paint it. So I painted it truffle, and I gave it just one coat. And then I took the plaster chalk paint, and I'm doing obviously a extremely heavy hand on this, and I'm just really distressing it. And now I have this lightweight speckling from the Dollar Tree that I don't recommend, but I use it all the time because once it's gone, I'm gonna get something else. It's just so fussy. I can't ever get it to. It pushes out one end and then pushes out the other end, and then finally when you get it, right, then you go to paint it and you're like, oh, I can still see the hole. So if you guys have a better idea, please let me know, or any suggestions on how to fill those holes better. Sometimes I use hot glue and that works too, but yeah, there's got to be a better way. So I took that cafe latte paint and I went ahead and painted the entire hive, and then now I'm just going to paint those bees. And I took a pencil and I kind of shaped their wings there, so I didn't go, so I stayed inside the line. And then I took that paintbrush that had the black on it and I just kind of, put some little distress lines and make it look more like it's curved, round, just a little bit. And now I'm painting the other bee. I'm just drawing in the lines again like I did, but this bee is a little bit different. And then now I'm painting the wings in with just white chalk paint. And now I am making the stripes on the bees. And a big thank you and hugs to all of my subscribers. And if you're stopping by for the first time, consider subscribing and you'll be notified every time I post a video. I do thrift flips, Dollar Tree crafts, budget-friendly decor, and more. So tap that subscription button and the bell notification. It really helps me out tremendously. And I appreciate all of your support. And now I'm just going to line this up the way that, I need it to be. I'm going to put Be Happy on the bottom here. And, if you guys know me, I always place my pieces before I make them permanent. And I'm going to put Be Happy down there at the bottom. Now, my daughter said it should be B-E-E. Let me know. Should I add another B? Or, excuse me, another E to the word bee? I mean, I guess I've seen it both ways, but yeah. So I'm just taking a ruler there and trying to make it straight, but the ruler kept falling down because it's at the end of the tag here. So I just kind of, I thought it doesn't matter that much. I can eyeball it pretty good. Yep, and I'm just gluing it with the hot glue. And now I have this yellow polka dot ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I believe I just make two, I wrap it around itself 2 times. So there's just 2 loops under there. So I'm checking to make sure. I'm going to set that aside. And then I didn't like those 2 together. I thought it needed something else. This bee ribbon is larger than the yellow ribbon, so I'm only going to make 1 loop with the bee ribbon, but I grabbed that black and white ribbon, and that's from the Dollar Tree. I made it slightly bigger than the yellow polka dot one, and I wrapped that around itself 2 times, so there's 2 loops, and that one too. And then that was kind of what offset the just the yellow, ribbon and the bees. It kind of pulled it all together. And I just made one round loop and hot glued it. This bee ribbon is really thick, so I didn't want to make more loops because I think it would have taken over the whole entire bow. And I didn't want to put it on the bottom either because it's super cute. And yeah, I got that at Hobby Lobby too. And I was just at Hobby Lobby not too long ago, and I'll tell you what, they had tons of clearance ribbon, and it was all like $1.49 a piece, and I grabbed a ton of it, just a bunch. I filled up my cart. Shameful. They were probably like, geez, buy all the ribbon. No, I saved some for other people, really, I did. But yeah, outdated, spring ribbon and stuff like that, fall ribbon, but yeah, it was a good deal. And so I ran out of hot glue there, so I had to kind of edit that out because my sticks, I had to go to my craft room and get the sticks. I craft on my island in the kitchen because the lighting is pretty good there. It's not as good in my craft room. So now I'm just stringing a bunch of beads, and the beads are from the Dollar Tree on the jute that came off of this tag sign here. And I'm just tying it on around the bottom. And then I have a little daisy from my earlier bee project. I have a bunch of these left. I'm just going to glue one right smack in the middle there to hide the twine. And this is the final result. And I guess underneath there I could have painted that black. What I thought about later is I probably would have just traced that hive on some black paper, and then I could have pasted that or painted it, traced it out on the wood, and I could have painted it. But anyway, that's all I have for you right now. But as you all know, I will be back very soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know which one is your favorite. Have a great day. Bye.